on, I was going through your blogs and I realized that you are a history buff. Is that true?
I mean, a good word to say. I like history, definitely.
Uh-huh.
I love to like put a lot of historical facts and figures in my blog as well. And in fact, I try to go to places which have some sort of a historical connection because, you are ultimately looking for stories when you are traveling. So
Very
those
true.
stories have to come out. So
Yeah.
yes.
Great. So can you like would you like to tell us about any one place, especially in terms of history, which is very close to your heart, or you want to talk about it?
Okay, so as I say, there are three mystical cities that I have been to,
Okay.
and I use the word mystical because because of the history and the culture that these places have. One is Delhi, where I live.
Mm-hmm.
Second is Istanbul, the eternal city, as I say, and third is Jerusalem.
Okay.
So all these three are like for me are the mystical places. Obviously, there would be more, but I've been to these three, and so they are like sort of very close.
Okay. And you want to talk any particular incident, stories from any of these places?
Oh, I can go on and on about Jerusalem because somewhere that place has literally touched me.
Okay.
I mean, it's not just about the history or culture. It's also about how the place over like for centuries it has somewhat remained the same. So when you go to the walled district of Jerusalem, like the old city of Jerusalem, you can still find shades of everything. Like, these are the places where Jesus Christ had walked. In fact, I took the entire pilgrimage route where Jesus Christ had walked with a guide, and he fell 7 times over there, and ultimately, he was put on a cross. So all of those places, and the sort of it's literally like shiver running down your spine sort of a thing when you hear that story. And not just that, I mean it's a culmination of three religions: Islam, Judaism, and this Christianity and Jews. So it's a sacred place for these all the Abrahamical religions, as we say. So it's definitely special. I went there with a guide to the Jewish quarters, and the guide told me about the Orthodox ways of living of the Orthodox Jews, and how Orthodox Jews are different from the other Jews, and it's amazing to hear all of those stories. So there are different quarters. There is one quarter for Jews. There's one Muslim quarters where you get all the nice food. There's one Christian quarters, which from where the pilgrimage route starts. There's one quarters for the Judaism religion, with all the relics of that. There's a Holocaust museum over there, which tells you about World War II. Literally takes back to you to those places, and so that place it's very special. And so there's a church of Sepulchre over there, which is the church where Jesus Christ was put on a cross and he died. And there are various sects of Christianity there. So there's a Syrian Christian, there is an Orthodox Greek Christian, there's a Orthodox Christianity sect. So there are 5 or 7 Christianity sects over there. And the authority to open the church and close the church in the evening is given to a Muslim guy.
Oh,
So it's the
interesting.
Muslim, yeah. It's a Muslim religion actually. It's a group of people in the Muslim religion who have the responsibility of opening and closing the church, because the different sects, they don't want to literally have like a infighting among themselves about it, and it's also sort of a symbol of how different religions can coexist in a place.
Right.
So that's way it's so amazing, this. And in fact, not just Jerusalem, a lot of places in Israel are equally important as far as history is concerned. I went to a place called Akko or Akka, you may say, and this is the place where the holy wars were fought. And there's an
Okay.
old theory that the Holy Grail. So the Holy Grail of the Christians, it was lost to the religious wars in this particular city, this particular town.
Okay.
And then there's another place called Haifa. Now, when I went to Haifa, there are Arabic quarters over there. And so these are old quarters. I took a guide, and then the guide took me along, and we landed up in front of a particular house. And he asked me to, like, have a look at the house and tell me if there's something interesting. So it was a normal house as such, a door and some paintings here and there on the walls. So there wasn't anything that's striking. And then he told me that the painting just above the door, a very small painting, like the size of a palm, it inspired a novel. And a novel of it was a love story of an Arabic girl, a Muslim girl, and a Jewish boy,
Okay.
written in something around 60s, 1960s or 70s or something. And that became one of the most important Israeli literature ever created.
And that
So,
was like the picture was the inspiration, you mean to say?
yeah, the picture was the inspiration.
Interesting.
So, I'm just saying that these are the things that when you go to old towns or old cities like this, you will find hundreds of such stories.